Hillary Clinton greeted President Obama on stage after his address to the Democratic National Convention last night. Attacks on Republican nominee Donald Trump were prominent in most of the speeches. Mrs. Clinton will formally accept her party's nomination tonight. And it's great to welcome back Dr. Matthew Wilson, Associate Professor of Political Science at SMU. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
We've assembled a few notable moments from last night's speeches. First, let's start with Vice President Joe Biden. Now, he says Donald Trump caring about the middle class is a bunch of malarkey.
His cynicism is unbounded. His lack of empathy and compassion can be summed up in a phrase I suspect he's most proud of having made famous: "You're fired." I mean, really, I'm not joking. Think about that. Think about that. Think about everything you learned as a child, no matter where you were raised. How can there be pleasure in saying you're fired? He's trying to tell us he cares about the middle class. Give me a break. That's a bunch of malarkey.
So, how did the Vice President do?
Well, Joe Biden is, perhaps of all the Democratic luminaries, the one who is most appealing potentially to blue-collar white voters. And that's an area where Hillary Clinton is very weak and where Donald Trump has run up some big margins. So I think the vice president was trying to chip away a little bit at Trump's appeal and credibility among blue-collar whites. And I think that's what you saw in that clip.
Although the phrase "you're fired," yes, it's associated with Trump, but it's just a TV show.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see if that will generate, the opposition to him that the Democrats would like to see.
Sure.
All right, Senator Tim Kaine, Hillary Clinton's running mate, senator from Virginia. He spoke also last night, and he got some mileage out of making fun of Trump's tendency to use the phrase "believe me."
You might have noticed he's got a way of saying the same two words every time he makes his biggest, hugest promises. Believe me. It's going to be great. Believe me. We're going to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. Believe me. We're going to destroy ISIS so fast. Believe me. There's nothing suspicious in my tax returns. Believe me.
When he was chosen, Kaine, as Clinton's running mate, there was talk, oh, he's a little bit boring. But he is showing, to me, a lot of energy on the stump, and his mockery there of Donald Trump. I don't know, what do you think?
Well, the mockery on the credibility issue is, I think, an attempt to even the score on what's maybe one of Hillary Clinton's weakest points. One of the problems that Hillary Clinton struggles with is that people don't trust her. They don't see her as credible, as someone who tells the truth. This is an attempt to turn that around and say, you think Donald Trump tells the truth? You think he's somebody you can trust and believe? So there's a kind of attempt to neutralize that weakness of Hillary Clinton's by going after Trump's credibility.
Yeah, raise the other guy's negatives, a frequent tactic, certainly in politics. Okay, and the featured speaker of this evening, of last night, President Obama, he says of Trump that Trump is betting that he can scare just enough people to win this election. And the president says that's a bet that Trump will lose.
Ronald Reagan called America a shining city on a hill. Donald Trump calls it a divided crime scene that only he can fix. It doesn't matter to him that illegal immigration and the crime rate are as low as they've been in decades, because he's not actually offering any real solutions to those issues. He's just offering slogans, and he's offering fear. He's betting that if he scares enough people, he might score just enough votes to win this election. And that's another bet that Donald Trump will lose.
Your thoughts?
Clearly what President Obama is trying to do is lay out a vision of America very different from that's coming from Donald Trump and the Republicans. Trump and the Republicans have emphasized that America's got a lot of problems. Obama was saying, well, you know, things are pretty good. Of course, he would say that. He's been president, right? It'll be interesting this fall to see which of those visions resonates more with the American people. The Obama idea, the Clinton idea that things are pretty good, but we've got some more work to do, or the Trump idea that, hey, we're in a real mess and we've got serious, serious problems. You know, that's been the contrast.
Yeah, and the election may hinge on the exact contrast that you just spelled out. All right, Matthew Wilson with SMU. Thank you so much for the chat.
Thanks.
Of course, the Democratic nominee, Hillary Clinton, will speak tonight.